Order, and we'll all rise and say the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Washkoviak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Need a motion to accept the minutes and approve the finance committee.
Third.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Washkoviak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Hey, Richard, you draw the short straw, I guess.
Okay. We ran a total of 26 calls. We had one structure fire that was in our district. Other than that, I don't have nothing else. We started getting backup cameras in the fire trucks, so that hopefully that'll be complete in the next couple days. So, but that's all I got.
Okay, but
A total of 61 calls in November, we covered 54. We dropped only 3. We were busy on 4 of the calls, so we couldn't respond to 4 of them. Daytime, we covered 46. We had 46, we covered 45 of them, so we dropped 1 during daytime. Nighttime, we had 11, we covered 9, we only dropped 2. We had 17 total calls going to Oakwood and 11 transfers for the month. Ambulance has been playing tag back and forth with tornadoes. Wheel drains went out on the 2009. It has a tire issue they replaced the rear tires. Now it's got a tire issue with the front. But we had to have it in service because the brakes were bad on the 2019. It's in the shop over there now, getting the rear brakes replaced on it. It was metal to metal. Still waiting on, so the new unit will go to be wrapped on January the 9th. They'll have it from the 9th to the 13th. That's as soon as they can get it in. So we're struggling to keep them going, but we're doing it. Not asking for anything this month.
but when would squad schedule the wrap?
It won't be till after, probably won't be till February.
Okay.
I did get the quote on that after the department.
Yeah,
head
that's
meeting.
fine. Yeah,
So we'll just bring it up at the next meeting.
okay. I've already approved it anyway, but it was under 5,000. Okay. TJ?
Not a whole lot. Been marking, locating all the manholes, raising some of them for the GIS, GPS mapping. Chad will touch a little bit on that, update on that. Got all the Christmas displays up and ready for tomorrow night to begin the Winter Wonderland show. We did get the tree removed from the creek and actually found a couple more while they're down there and removed them too. 22 Julies, one after our call out, 10 work orders. I'm asking about placing our bucket truck surplus in it, putting it up for bid. All the information's there on it, should be in front of you. Discussed it with the mayor and a few others, and they're talking about putting the minimum bid at $5,000.
Need a motion to do that?
I'll make a motion.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yeah.
Trustee Washkoviak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Brian, you bringing up about the other one? Correct.
No,
We stepped away.
we nixed that.
That's all I have.
We're gonna look for a sweeper instead, but
Yeah, we need.
Oh, no, that's fine, that's fine.
yeah. TJ's been searching for him, so.
Did anybody call that gentleman, let him know
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, we stick him on Carlson Tree Service.
Oh,
Phil?
The month of November was pretty much steady with over 302 calls. Officers made 19 arrests with 26 PNTs for the month. 74 citations were issued with 22 warnings. We had 2 ordinances issued, or correction, 2 warnings issued, and issued 4 ordinance violations for the month. Pretty much it.
Treasurer's report.
Just need to place the amended budget on display.
Okay. Need a motion to put the budget on display.
Make the motion, we place the fiscal year 2023 budget on display.
Second.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Kubiak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes. City administrator.
Well, I've got my report there for you. I want to thank the police department for working on patrolling the trailer park and some other streets that we've been getting some complaints on. They're doing a good job. Been talking with Mike Maron's office more on the ramps there. They did send us a revised map. And hopefully the process is going to go through a little bit quicker. Barb Nelson from Mike Maron's office has been emailing Kenzel, and she's waiting to hear back from him on a timeline.
Okay.
And then also, one more thing. There's other things on there, but I've been working on a personnel policy. This is it. So,
That's all.
it's fire, ambulance, general, public works office, and fire.
And
Police, I'm
police.
sorry. And I do have the capability to email it, but I would like to wait until we get if we get iPads,
Then,
so we can put them on there, and then you guys will be, because if you're going to read them through your emails, it's going to be like, it's like 400 pages, so. That's all I have.
and the general code would supersede any other code for the
Village of Tilton.
Village of Tilton policy. Yeah, unless there's a discrepancy, then you guys can hash that out with committees. If it's a grievance or whatever. Brian,
We're gonna ask to table the, hang on a second.
For meeting software.
The board meeting software. We're still looking into that to see what we want. We have 3 of them we're kind of looking at. Ask to table that until next month.
I'm motion we table the board meeting software until the next regular scheduled meeting.
A second.
Trustee Finley,
Yeah.
trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Kubiak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
I've been looking at the iPads. We're looking at about roughly $5,000 for that. I'll have more numbers next meeting about that. So we can go from there, so we can put the policies and everything on there and do all that. The next thing I got is our contract for CTS for 3 years. Nothing changes. This is the one we're already paying $2,380 a month for right now. So it's just a contract to continue with them until I can get the classes I need so I can take stuff over.
so we can get out of that contract within a year if we have to.
Yes, yeah. There's early termination fee, I believe, of 2 months. So we'd have to pay 2 months and then they'll help us migrate to whatever we need to do.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Kubiak,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
And I appreciate Brian taking care of the internet and all the information and all the advertisement for the city, and it's working very, very well.
Thank you.
I would agree.
Chad,
Yes.
the head of the sewer department.
Yeah.
And the dead dog person.
Head of disposal.
Well, I'm here asking for money.
Are you been hanging out with Phil?
That's why we didn't ask for anything.
We priced a snowplow for the new crane truck, Coney body. And, they said they could have it done while the truck's over there. Probably won't delay anything more than a day. Getting the truck. I also tried to reach out today to get hold of him, see how the truck's doing, but I couldn't get any answer from him. But he did say that it ought to be here by Christmas, hoping by the middle of December.
It's still in Peoria, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But the price, I got the price for the new plow, it was like 10,000. It's 875 plus 9750. $10,625.
Okay.
$875.
I'll make a motion, we purchase a plow for the new truck.
I'll second it.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yep.
Trustee Kubiak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes,
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
well, that'll benefit the village too.
Yes.
He can get it done, and we don't have to bring it back. And then it's Ron's, I don't know how long it take to get that. Also, they were supposed to be here on the 12th of December to start the GIS. They pushed it back to the 4th of January. He's doing towns north of Bloomington, and it's taking a little longer than he expected. So he just didn't want to rush anything, being all days are coming in.
That makes sense.
So we just pushed it back to our first of the year.
Very good.
That's all I got.
Everybody doing okay in school?
Yes.
Okay, good. Committee reports. Mike? You got anything? Committee?
Everything's pretty much in line as normal for December. All the wrapping paper stuff and senior dinner and pretty went well.
How many people you end up having? Did you get a final count at the end?
We were right around that 28. Not, that was just entries, not including how many people bought. I would say we were probably, with the fire trucks and the ambulances, we were probably 35.
Yeah.
36.
Doing that for
Good, good deal.
But it was one of the best ones we've ever had.
Yep.
And next year, we looked better on paper when we tried to do the lineup at community center. Brenda, Finley, and Michelle were doing really good about, and Bob, they had their work cut out for them, getting people lined up, but we got it done and out in the right order. Next year, we're gonna use the Southwest, and that way we have the entire parking lot, get everybody lined up in a nice order.
Stop at City Hall maybe, to disband at City Hall.
I think we'll probably still continue with the F Street, because that way people have places to sit. After you cross F Street, there's really no safe way for people to sit there.
Yeah,
So we don't want to line up on Tilton Road, and it's just
Yeah.
asking for more trouble. So
That makes
it's
sense.
just, that's why we do the things to learn, be better next year. So we already got some things we discussed that are going to bring the table from forward. I think we're good. Having it close, because then after then, we had a lot of people came up to the fire station, had hot chocolate and stuff there. That worked out really well. Yeah, there was a lot of people in the fire station.
You're gonna say a committee meeting in January?
Yeah, that's, we need to set a committee meeting for the public works, committee for January. I don't, you used to be laid off, but, so. Take time where, I know you'll be off, but, we'll just have to have, we'll just have, Cass sit in, keep minutes. Any day work best for you guys?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Daytime, morning.
Morning is fine.
Morning's fine. I'll just tell Anna.
Uh,
She can babysit.
Or you're the third.
The third. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not doing it on my birthday.
Oh.
He is not ruining my birthday. Let's set it for January 12th, Thursday. That works for you guys?
Fine.
For 10 a.m.? So what? Okay. And we need to discuss, what do we have to do? Discuss?
MSA 4 report.
Okay.
Yes.
All we recording.
His report for the MS4, and he wants to discuss the site visit for whatever proposal he gave to his hospital.
I got it, yeah.
Can you forward that to me?
I'm gonna give it to you, or did I give it to you? PJ, sorry. I've got it.
Okay. Because he wants to review that too, but I told him with everybody's schedules, we would do it after the holidays, so it was nothing pressing at this time.
I give them a heads up who's gonna be there.
Huh?
Give me a heads up who's gonna be there.
Yes, sir. But that's all I have for.
Okay. Billy?
Well, I'm still in the process of creating that rental property and trailer park committee. As of right now, I picked up Dave Wesner, building inspector. I've got feelers out to at least 2 landlords, working on a third one. Dave just gave me a number 2, to have them sit in on a committee, which Wesner felt was gonna be a good idea. First meeting will not be held until after the holidays are over with. And the meetings will be held during the day, and preferably on the day that Wesner's here to do court. That way we don't disrupt his month. He can come in here and we'll just have a meeting early. And I told him we'd be more than happy to sit there and go piece by piece. We could have up to 2 meetings a month possibly, depending on how well we get started.
So everybody keep suggesting everything that we need to do.
Oh, Lynn's gonna be on it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to forget you.
I think I forwarded the email that David Westner had sent to us to everybody.
I don't have it wrote down, so I was trying to remember.
And then you guys are gonna deliberate and then come back to approve that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Approve that ordinance,
yeah.
No, on,
the rental.
yes, no, the committee is basically to draw things up, to be able to bring to the board, instead of everybody here just hashing it out.
Yeah, but you guys are gonna hash out the rental.
Yeah. Registration Act and all that.
This is
Cool, awesome.
fines. Oh, I will say this, Larry Watson bought the house that we just had actually earmarked, tear down immediately over on Washington Street.
Yeah, Lincoln.
Lincoln, I'm sorry, on Lincoln Street, there, well, by the old board store. And, I've been conversing with him, but for everybody's understanding, he asked if he could put a tarp on the roof for the time being, and I told him, I don't like tarp. Long story short, he bought, larger tarps, brown tarps, and he's gonna put lath up there and make sure that the tarp is secured to the roof. He's pulling in a dumpster today. My understanding is he was gonna start on the inside, but because the things going on in the neighborhood, he's wanting to start a little bit on the outside. He's gonna board up all the windows, but he's gonna do it from the inside so it don't look too ratty. And he, like I said, he pulled in a dumpster. He's supposed, when did he say he's gonna do that tip today or tomorrow?
In the next few weeks. He
Oh,
said.
You got all the brush and trees already. Looks a lot better already.
When's he gonna do the roof after the break?
Spring, yeah.
Right. But according to him, he can work on the inside. The roof is such bad shape, he just let water flow.
Well, it used to be a nice house, so.
But he did voluntarily, he had some sheet metal that he could have went up there and tacked sheet metal to the roof, and I thought, No, I'll go ahead and let you do the tarp thing.
Well, you're not gonna put a big blue tarp on there, so it's not gonna be, you're not gonna notice it.
He told me that the sheet metal wasn't all the same color, so it would have been patchwork up there.
Yeah, that would-
I said, nah, that's all right, but he did agree to take lath and mount it down so you don't get the rattle, tearing, flopping, and blowing into the neighbors.
And Billy's pretty much got him set with a time schedule too, so.
And if anybody's got a complaint, I asked him again today, I told him he needs to put a sign out in the front yard stating his company, whatever he calls himself, with his phone number on it. So if anybody has any complaints, questions, or want to know what's going on, they can call him. That's all I. Police department's doing a fine job.
Yes, they are.
Phil, did you bring up last month about sending those guys to that SWAT? I can't remember.
No, we had just sent Josh 2 months ago to that, but the intent is to eventually get everybody to that school for the tactics and everything, since we work alone a lot, or just two of us at a time.
So it's police department moving right along right now, so. Now, that's it.
I'll just make a comment that it's probably been the best we've ever had for 20 years. Police department is right now.
And we appreciate it, we're trying.
I know you are.
It's thanks
Got them to
to,
work.
well, it's thanks to him and all the officers.
Yeah.
I mean.
Probably the best we've had for 20 years.
Professional crew now, so.
How many? 40? No, 24.
I mean, full professional, you know.
Yeah, yes, yes. You guys been doing a good job too. Appreciate it. Every one of you. Dangerous job nowadays. Audience, anybody in the public have anything?
Two questions. Best of my knowledge, you're the longest serving mayor in the entire area. I wonder if you knew why the News Gazette didn't include you in the mayor's issue.
I didn't respond to them. Because they FOIA me all the time, so I didn't respond to them. I figured they'd FOIA me if they want a picture.
They do what to you?
They FOIA me all the time, wanting information about board meetings, and you see the public, the news media are invited anytime they want to be here. And they want to FOIA all the information all the time, so if they want to FOIA, they can FOIA my picture. So that's the biggest reason.
Second question is, how long ago was it found out that the overpass on G Street was a lot worse than I thought?
Several
years.
Yeah, the underside on the south side was washing out for a while.
I
So,
thought I had heard that in the past, but that leaves the question that I asked you outside.
yeah,
If that was really in that bad a shape, I assume you're waiting for parts or something now?
well, he's waiting for rebarb right now, but because the steel is so bad right now, trying to get steel, but he's actually gonna be pouring the main line here pretty quick this week.
Well,
So,
I just wondered, was it really necessary to shut that down all summer long?
yeah,
I mean, it was a rough.
We
road,
was
but
gonna-
it was dangerous.
we was gonna close it anyway.
It wasn't shut down all summer long.
And he hit a cable too. He cut an optic fiber cable that wasn't located, so that stalled it out. So,
It's in September, not.
Yeah. but we was gonna close it anyway, because it was unsafe.
It was not safe.
That's right.
If you walked across it, you wouldn't want to walk across it.
Yeah.
For the safety of our citizens, we closed that bridge down and.
Well, I've noticed that the surface is horrible for a long, long time. I mentioned it here. But,
The subsurface actually washed out.
I didn't hear that there was a safety factor
Yeah,
involved.
the subsurface actually washed out on the south side of the pavement, going southbound.
You walk down that sidewalk where the hole was, you
Yeah,
couldn't see no soil underneath it.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, if it was that dangerous, I don't know exactly if this applies. But just like on, I guess, Washington Street, how come there was no signs up about weight limitations?
On Washington Street?
No,
There was,
on Washington,
Oh,
there's a limit on the.
because the bridge inspectors inspect the bridges only. If the bridge is safe to cross, they don't inspect the pavement.
there was no.
So there's no need for weight limits on the bridge.
Because we closed it to redo it.
Right.
We closed it immediately.
Well, no, I was wondering previous to the closing.
But I mean, actually, a bridge inspector inspects the bridges, and if the bridge inspector says the bridge is safe to cross, what weight limit is, they don't care about the payment. So, I mean, it's half a dozen one, and so, but we're getting it repaired, it's a good part. So we have to put bridge bearings in too, so they're gonna have to replace them, so,
It takes money too. And,
yes,
you know,
lots of money. You know, state was, give us $100,000 grant. They was polite. For a $900,000 job.
First 10 feet of the road.
Yeah, they paid for 10 feet.
We better dedicate that to them.
Yeah.
10 feet.
But we're trying, Phil, we're trying to get him motivated, so,
Maybe cardboard.
They were pouring concrete again today.
they good. We need to approve the IEPA loan paperwork for an estimate for Curry and also Fair and Graham.
For what?
Curry payment, 417,151.52, and Midwest Asphalt, 46,009,795 on a change order.
I'll make a motion.
How they going?
Curry's done excellent. Yes.
We have the money already for the service.
Yeah, we gotta wait for reimbursement. Yeah, but we just got it today, actually. The only one we don't have is 46,000, and that's our project.
Yeah, that's separate.
Yes, it's separate. Yes.
We have enough in the account though, because of all the money we paid up front. So we're good.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
Yes.
treasurer Koviac,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
And we need table enterprise zone for review for more in economic, and he's texted me today. I forwarded it to Tiff. I don't know if
I
you've seen
didn't see
yet.
it.
Okay, and I forwarded it to you. Derek sent me an
He texted you or
text.
emailed
You guys send it.
Email, sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna send it to you.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Jared has to draw up steps it has to pass
What, for, what is it
for the enterprise zone.
Enterprise zone.
for us?
Yes.
Yeah.
And city's gonna accept us into the enterprise zone.
That city?
Yeah, believe it or not,
They
yeah,
wouldn't.
Are they sick?
Yeah.
You sure?
yeah.
We better move on this quick.
Yeah.
They want to start on a boundary description.
Yeah, and we already got that. Keith already done that.
Well, they're saying they need to start on it. They need to get the process started. So
Yeah.
do we need to get that approved?
Yes, yep.
I don't have a cost, but
Is that the tip up there?
Enterprise zone, that's overlaid in that TIP district.
Legal description for the tip.
I would think so, yeah.
You had to have a legal.
are we making the whole tip the enterprise zone?
Pretty much, it looks like it is. Tip
Okay.
3, whatever that TIP zone covers 3.
That's tip one.
'Cause
that one
it
is-
goes all the way down to, well, then he covered TIP 1 then,
So it's tip one, then tip four, then tip
Yeah.
one again, then tip three.
because there's some other parcels on West Ross Lane besides TIP in there. Because you had to go down the railroad tracks, remember? and-
Got one?
Yes, yes. And Jerry Motors property.
So do you think the tip descriptions are sufficient?
If
I've called Jared.
The same boundary, if there's an exception,
Yeah, there's exceptions.
you can just do a legal for the exception. You can have the whole piece and accept,
There you go.
Okay.
if it's easy to accept.
Is this still gonna cover Pamphil and all that?
Mm,
It's the original enterprise zone too.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but the TIP district covers it too.
Refresh my memory. What's this help us for?
When somebody builds and they don't have to pay sales tax, as long as the product is bought in the city of Illinois, they don't have to pay sales tax on the product,
On building material.
on building material.
If they build an enterprise zone.
Right, if they build an enterprise zone.
Say they have a big fix up, enterprise zone,
They administrate it, yes.
or the county, or?
No, for the city, and they took most of the county out.
Yeah, they took us out and,
So, okay, but my question, why are they letting us back in now?
Because we asked them to do it.
But what's gonna secure us from being on that?
They don't have control over what we have built.
No.
I know, but then you said they removed us already once before.
Well, Vicky Hoga was in there.
Different bunch of
I
people.
understand, but you gotta realize there's an election coming up and the current administration may not be there next time.
Well,
I'm just saying, well, are we gonna spend all this money and then they're gonna put the brick wall up again?
I don't think so.
We originally had it before we had the TIF district.
Right.
When,
Yeah.
there's a little property there.
How far does it go down south town?
It's gonna
Go right to our-
like the old Mr. Discount store.
Yep.
It's another benefit for development.
Sorry.
Pretty much.
Fast as fast.
I was a kid, I remember it.
There we go. Yeah.
Right, it's another incentive.
Not that young, but I just make sure I was thinking.
It's another incentive for development.
Oh, I'm not saying, I'm very skeptical when we have
All
to
the
rely
yellows
on
in
somebody
it-
north
All
of
the
us.
yellows in Enterprise.
Because they've hung us out to dry in the past, so I just,
Well, not on the enterprise zone. I mean,
but you just said they removed us from it.
well, matter of fact, all the work that was done at Bungie for that.
No,
That was
That was-
an advantage.
or man, Vicky Hoga is the one that got it removed. So it's,
Dudley's got it now.
yeah, Tim and, well, actually, Cronk
Right.
administrated.
If that enterprise zone takes up residential area, people within that area, that enterprise zone can work on their house and buy the material tax-free.
Sorry, bud, you don't fall.
That's area down on Seminary Street and all that, by Bungie, okay. People work on their houses through there, they're able to buy all the material tax-free. So it's an incentive.
Not a problem, I'm just,
But the other thing too, that there's stipulations for us to come in that zone. You know, we have to have building inspectors and stuff to accommodate them. But I asked the city of Danville to have signing their government agreement with us to have their building inspectors so there wouldn't be no discrepancies. And he said no, but he said he'd train bigger staff to let him follow our inspectors and he'd be satisfied with that. So,
I'm surprised you never.
And
Do we need to approve?
more.
we were tabling it to send to Keith.
But, so we don't, you think the tip description is
Jared
sufficient?
said-
Yeah.
Jared said they need
I made a
to
motion
start
to
the process of getting the boundary description and the ordinances and other documents ready.
Yes.
So we might need to get an approval of some sort for that.
But is that gonna cost us? That's
I
not-
make a motion, we get, gather the packet for the enterprise zone together and to be able to forward it to Brian
Could we,
for approval.
can we try to talk about this at the Public Works Committee meeting that we're gonna have in January?
So, yeah, we can talk about it in January, yeah.
Can we add it to the agenda for the January meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have to do,
Committee meeting,
we don't have to do no
You want a
motions right
committee
now.
just the committee
We just,
meeting.
cause Garrett's just wanting to get started by at the beginning of the next year.
Okay, so we can discuss
Yes,
it.
yes.
At Public Works or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd call it,
Yeah. Cause then we can have Jared intercom on the phone with you guys.
Okay.
Cause if you're gonna have it during the day, it'd be perfect for them.
Yeah, be on 10 minutes. Okay.
All right, so we got Virgil motion, Billy second. Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Kukoviac,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Okay, you got that tabled, right? Resolution R 2022-1208, resolution authorizing intergovernmental agreement for participation in mutual aid box alarm system Mavis Master Agreement 2022.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Finley,
Yes.
trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
trustee Sheets,
Yes.
trustee Kukoviac,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Set the village 2023 village board meetings. Still want to do the third Thursday or anybody have any suggestions besides that?
How about noon on Thursday?
Except for the last one in December.
We changed it to Tuesday.
Oh, no,
Start bleeding all over.
second Thursday.
Hope we can
Would be
approve it.
Thursday.
Thursday.
So everybody okay with the current board meeting time and everything? Okay.
And then
I think we need to do 8 PM, so it's past Rose's bedtime.
That's past my bedtime.
Thursday around here. Who the hell you
I make the
think?
motion, we approve the 2023 monthly board meetings for every third Thursday at 6 PM except for December 14, 2024.
What about finance? Do we have to approve those too?
Yes. As well as approve the finance committee to meet every month prior, at 5:30, the third Thursday. Hey, good luck making jump rope.
Trustee Finley. Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yeah.
Trustee Kubiak.
Yes.
Weir.
Yes.
Weidenberger.
Need to send Keith the new TK3 and Mark Philopis tip application.
Don't move.
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Kubiak. Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Employee health insurance quote for 2023.
We got about 16 different quotes. And this one has a 0. This is what we currently have. I think most people are happy with it for the most part, and there's a 0% increase
For which one?
for the same one
For
we
Health
have.
Alliance?
Yeah, there was another option. But the deductibles were really, really high.
Out of pocket, you mean?
Yeah, the deductible, yeah.
So make a motion to stay with Health Alliance.
Also move. Have we dug into this where I mean, I know we pay for everything, correct?
What do you mean?
On the health insurance?
Man, male, employee and spouse, and that's it.
Yes.
No children.
We ever thought about changing that?
What?
Something different? I mean,
Talk about
employee participation?
an employee paying part of it. We could talk about it.
I just wondered, I'm just asking. Very rare do you find it anymore that it's all 100% paid.
Oh, I know, we're all very happy.
I understand, that's the elephant in the room, but I'm just saying.
They still have an out-of-pocket expense, so
It's a $6,000 deductible.
to $6. So there's still out-of-pocket expense.
I mean, we have we have a $6,000, we have a health reimbursement account, so it helps.
Yeah.
Why are some of these guys, is it just their age? They're
Depends on
so
age.
low.
Depends on age.
Discrimination.
Yeah, that's.
Like if
Well,
you-
I know, but I can't openly say who I'm talking about, but maybe I just need to ask afterwards, but I see certain ones I get, but there's a couple of the younger individuals on here that are quite low compared, I feel like we're in the same age range. So
It just depends on whether or not they have a spouse too. Because like if.
Well, I'm talking about, yeah, because the current spouse premium is 0, so.
Well, if that means they don't have a spouse.
Right, but what I'm getting at is like, maybe I just need to ask.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't, we can't say names.
No, I know, that's why, but I just,
So you want to go with the same insurance and do
There's another sheet in there with the age brackets. That might be why you're seeing the big differential on it, because their age determines the.
yeah, but that's why, I don't think there's a big age difference between these two individuals, that's why I just didn't. I can ask afterwards.
you want to stay with Health Alliance and motion to stay with
I
Health
got a
Alliance?
motion.
Okay. Second,
Trustee Finley.
Yes.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Kubiak.
Yes.
Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yeah.
Yes.
we're lucky that they didn't raise it.
You're really a whistler.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Ryan, one thing on that. EO means employee only, ES means employee plus spouse.
Yeah, I'll show you what I mean after.
Demo not to exceed 102 West Second Street when the fire department gets done with it, not to exceed 12,000, but Joey said it'd be 9,500 probably.
I make a motion.
Okay, so I'll make, not to
You
exceed.
made that.
We didn't have no success next door.
No, not yet.
That's the one with the corner.
Yeah, corner Second and G, the fire department's been working on.
Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yeah.
Trustee Kubiak.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Announcements. Senior Citizen Dinner Sunday, December 11th, starting at noon. Winter Wonderland this weekend and next weekend nightly through the end of the year. Is that correct?
This weekend, the next weekend nightly.
Okay.
It's on the website.
And the Facebook.
Oh, and we also need, huh?
Did we get where we can go inside that now? 'Cause we've just been doing stuff on.
Oh, yeah, you can go in. Yeah, we own that. Yeah, we own it.
Wanted to make sure.
Yes, yes, we own it.
Can I break the door down?
I got a kid, I got a young man wants to break the window.
I'm gonna break it.
Wouldn't surprise me. He's good at breaking windows.
So we need a motion also to pay the bills for the rest of the month since we're meeting early.
Well,
For that, what's left?
Yeah, what's left, what's coming in.
I'll make a motion to pay the rest of the bills.
make them wait till January.
See, well, no, it does. They defer to 2
Trustee
years.
Finley. Trustee Mitchell.
Yes.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Scobian.
Yes.
Trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
Yes.
Mike,
Live nativity tomorrow, 6 to 8.
glad you said that.
No donkeys.
There might be a couple,
You were dressing up.
Curious?
there are live animals.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
There are candy canes down in my office.
They said they weren't coming.
What?
The animal.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
They'll fit in the manger, right?
We need a
They'll fit in
Santa,
the manger.
a Santa Claus suit.
No, we have a Santa.
Ronnie has it.
Ronnie's got one, I think.
I thought we,
Because we've got like a brand new one downstairs. It's really nice too.
I thought we bought
From
one too,
Brad
didn't
Contra,
we? Yeah, we
remember?
bought one too. Yeah.
If we ever need it, if
Yes.
anybody ever needs it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the missing emu to show up too tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Hi.
Ryan?
Yes, last month, I can't believe I'm telling you this, but last month, we had a discussion about the zip code issues.
Yes.
There was a separation and, how do I put this nicely? Separation and staffing, within our Congresswoman's office. And so the person that was spearheading that is, no longer available to do that. So I'm at a lost cause. Tiff and I are at a lost cause because the local postmaster doesn't seem to care about little old Tilton. My suggestion is I think we do it the old Tilton way and we shake our fist and stomp our feet and get everybody that we can out front here with cameras until somebody listens to us in Washington DC. And I don't care if I have to sit here and scream for 365 days, but I'm sick and tired of the United States government not caring about small communities like us. I'm not the city of Danville. I do not want to be the city of Danville. If I wanted to be there, I'd move there. So our zip codes need to be honored the way they're supposed to be. And if I have to get the fire or the communications board involved and get a letter from them, which maybe you should reach out to them and get a letter from their director stating that everything in their system shows the village of Tilton is 61833. So when they come back to us with that lousy excuse, that they can eat their words.
And another thing maybe we could do is just go to the post office and be like, when's the postmaster gonna be in? We'll wait all day if we have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll do it.
I don't know. You can't get any information. Yeah.
He's a mail carrier.
Who's the mail carrier in town that you know?
Josh.
Josh Cobb.
Can you get him my contact information?
Isn't Shoots?
That's Josh.
Josh Jutes.
Oh, I'm
Get
sorry.
him my contact information and see if we can shake some trees with him.
Josh Clark.
Yeah.
He's been
Chelsea
25
Byers.
years.
Yeah, and then you might get hold of Dave Caudell too, because he retired.
Yeah,
from-
Dave, he's
he
retired,
might Be able to pull some strings.
Well, from what I understand out there is they have postmaster issues of turnover rate.
I'm
Yes.
sure.
They're gone. I mean, they're there and they're not. And I'm sure it's just like any other government facility we have in Danville, such as the VA. They're there and then they're not. But I want to get this issue resolved because I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that they can't seem to figure it out.
Yeah.
They think
Is there any-
Aaron Bennett could help with it. or-
We talked,
Federal.
it's federal.
Yeah, I know it's federal, but.
Yeah,
One,
and so,
two.
and unfortunately, our,
Duckworth and Durbin.
yeah, I mean, we haven't went after the senator, I don't think, very much.
Dick Durbin.
I mean, I've written letters though, like I've made complaints to the Postmaster General
Yeah.
and somebody was supposed to contact me and they never did.
Let's go to
I've written
Dick
4 or
Durbin.
5 letters to
He's a
the
senator.
Postmaster in town.
Dick Durbin's a
and
senator.
they
Let's
don't
push him
respond.
around.
David was.
Federal senator.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let's push him around.
Lost in the mail.
But,
Yeah.
but it has to be the federal, it has to be on the federal level.
I'd say we write Dick Durbin a letter. He's a senator.
I mean, we can get probably letters of support probably from Marin's office and Bennett's office.
Oh, yeah, I'll walk up and down Washington and Lincoln and Meisler and get letters from people having sign a petition saying we want
Well,
our.
I submitted documents and I'm not sure how far they made it before she got her access shut off, so.
Well, tell you what, you'd have to go with Mary Miller, and our rep's in the south side of Chicago.
Well, that's our problem, and Mary Miller's office is probably not gonna be able to help us anymore.
Well, she could point you the right way though, but I'm just saying though, our rep didn't even politic down here.
I know, but that's who we're working with now, is Mary Miller's office, well, we were, but,
I'd say we get Dick Durbin a letter too. And Duckworth, she
go ahead, just send
Hammy.
it.
send them both of them. It
Send
don't
to the
make any
United
difference.
States President.
Yep.
You can't read, but
Yep.
you can try.
He falls upstairs.
I'm done, man.
What
I'm
president?
saying we could contact our rep to find out if they're gonna do anything with us down here.
Yes, and that,
We have been donated to them.
yep.
I don't want to be donated to them. Then they sure don't, they can start paying some bills if we're gonna be donated.
Well, but we need to find out if they're gonna work with the people they have now.
Actually, matter of fact, Cass, go through the bills. If it comes in Danville, Illinois, 61832, you just ship it on up to City Hall up there.
Well, maybe we need to do a press release after we've done these letters. If they don't respond, do a press release and send it to all the media outlets.
They won't FOIA that.
Identify as
The main thing you would need to do is hit the TV stations, because you're gonna get more action out of that than the local newspaper that comes out 3 times a week.
Well, I'm saying a press release to all the media outlets.
So get them over here and interview.
So do you know if those people are counted in your census?
That's, yeah.
Well, that's our biggest thing. We don't know.
Well, that's important because your MFT is.
That's right.
Exactly.
Nobody can give us an answer, and the post office, is their response to it, our last response we got was, it was the fire board, the fire communication board that handled it.
Well, that's not really true because we sent all them addresses to the fire board already and put
Well, I
618.
know that's not true because our fire department, our ambulance service, and our police department have no problems getting dispatched to the village of Tilton. So they obviously recognize our residents as the village of Tilton. Why, all of a sudden, in the last few years, it got switched to that. And then now it's forcing, as you go and get those new IDs, you have to get, your ID now says Danville, Illinois.
And Amazon and DoorDash, I'll bet you, my sister had it happen to her, they go to the wrong Washington Street. And they're like, where's 1823? Okay, you need to turn around and come back about 10 miles this way.
Well,
Seriously.
This street and all that, they run the same direction, both in the city of Danville and us, so.
In South Bend.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, 'cause my mom and dad have gotten mail by accident because it gets mixed up just because it's the same.
So it's a big problem, and, but you can't get anybody to listen to you.
Extra.
I thought this was all settled years ago. What happened?
Your answer is as good as mine.
I remember a long time ago, the village fought like hell to get their own ID.
We got our
Everybody
own.
was satisfied because we're 3-3.
Yep.
And
But there's areas.
Central Park,
there's
Central
areas
Park
that-
area, like east of Washington Street, they still have to use 61832
And it says Danville.
and it says Danville.
Remember when
In order to get their mail.
when they considered that all South Danville, like South Danville TV and all that?
No.
633.
Carnegie's is Tilton. But it's the residential housing, but and then the DMV won't recognize that you live in Tilton because your mail that you have to show for proof of residency comes from Danville, Illinois, 61832.
I'm going to send you a few letters from here.
But like Tom says, it's gotta have an effect on the MFT.
Yep.
If it didn't count in your.
They'll come, but like your online services and stuff, they will physically not allow you to leave the 61833 number.
Yeah.
And like Richard said last meeting, so I got something at Central Park, right? So, I mean, something that is flawed within the post office that they need to fix. And they keep raising their postage rates, so I mean, something needs to get changed.
You wanna know what happened? My sewer bill says 61833, but my water bill is 61832.
Yeah. I mean, that's-
Yeah, so I had punch,
Look at mine.
online, I had to punch in 61832 on my water bill and 61833 on the sewer
I
bill.
encourage everybody to take a look at your mail. Just,
I'll be darned, I never paid any attention.
You know, I think maybe if everybody started contacting the postmaster.
He just up on that.
Ryan, did you hear that? You know where Si lives, he was paying Lynch fire
It's fire tax.
That's about 2 years ago.
not surprising.
because it had Danville address in that area.
All boils down to money somewhere, guarantee it.
Yep.
I mean, the other people are doing it, don't realize it.
I'm just wondering about real estate taxes and income tax.
Yeah, I wonder if Danville
They say
collecting
Tilton
real
City
estate
on 'em.
tax.
They say Tilton City on them. Because we went through them physically and looked, and they do say Tilton City.
What I'm getting at is though, if they recognize it as Danville, they should be getting taxed.
Yeah.
From the city of Danville.
But it shows Tilton City on it.
But you know,
They have a Danville address.
you know,
Under the-
you know, Sterling Auto Body before he annexed to Tilton was paying Danville's municipal sales tax. He caught it, took him 2 years to find out that they was charging Danville City sales tax to him.
Did he get refunded?
Nope.
Well, just forget it. Write the letters tomorrow, and in those letters
Yes.
include Fox, Illinois, WCIA 3, whoever else you can.
Yeah, just copy them all.
I guess what I'm.
Washington Post.
Post office. Ignore it.
CNN.
But somebody has to recognize it because the people that have a
The
city.
Inquirer, they probably look at.
Getting a real estate tax.
Yep,
Otherwise, they would be getting.
Danville's real estate tax, that's right.
Danville.
Yep.
So somewhere in this whole thing,
They're recognized.
someone recognizes it because they're not getting taxed from the city of Danville.
What?
Real estate.
Probably the assessor who keeps track of that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that it all boils down to the post office, and I think the tax bills and everything are correct.
That's what I'm saying though. Legally, they recognize you as Tilton because they're not charging you a real estate tax.
Yeah, I know.
But he's
Even though
just
the
saying,
address is.
he's just saying someone knows,
Somebody knows it.
somebody knows
Send
it.
it off to, when you send those letters, include Secretary of State.
card until it's back.
No, none of my credit cards are 61833.
Not on legal address.
I just got another invoice.
I wouldn't use them.
You want to vote on it?
I'm not paying
Just kidding.
I used your social security number anyways.
Yeah, he
That's
wanted
not
to,
till next year
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, he wanted to use that grant money.
But that's all I got.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
what- that's
oh,
what
okay,
it's
I'll
for.
send that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
He said to wait until after the first year anyway, but he said he wanted to use that grant money
Yeah,
first.
then we can use that
Yes.
for that. Okay, thank you.
Virgil,
No, I don't have anything.
sure? Anybody else? Bob?
Motion to adjourn?
Nope, not yet. I got one more thing to say. And you guys can take it as grant, but, we're a home rule community. Everybody's voted on home rule. We passed home rule. And we told people we didn't want to demand them paint their house the same colors and stuff. But if we're gonna be developing and want developers to come in town, I'm thinking we have to move our standards up to do that to a home rule community. You got houses on Atwood Street, if a developer drove down there, they're gonna say, you know what I mean? And part of it's landlord stuff Billy's gonna take care of, but at least we can make them side the outside the damn house and make it look decent. I don't care what the inside looks like.
There's a house on King Street,
Yes,
right there.
I know, yeah,
Remember the address?
Yep.
And they're, by the way, I think they're still selling flowers and they're not allowed to.
That looks terrible.
I drove by
Yeah.
there today and saw.
but
Something needs to be done.
I'm just thinking we need to raise our standards to home rule standards, because the public voted on it and they voted on it for some reason. I'm thinking that's what it was, and zoning. But
How you gonna enforce it if they ain't got any money?
Yeah, they can move. City of Danville has a
Yeah,
lot of
that
cheap
ain't
houses. Their zip code.
you can write them fines every day.
Yeah, we're already halfway there.
But
Send
they
it on
won't
down the
pay
road.
them. That's,
Write them fines every day, but I'm just saying, if you want developers we have a police
I
department.
understand where you're coming from, Dave. I
You
get
know,
that.
but
Yeah, but, okay, I understand the money, and I'm not trying to nickel and dime every citizen here, but at the same time, why should I be held at a different expectation or standard than you are because I have poor choices in my financial status? Everybody has a say in their financial status. Everybody that doesn't have the correct financial status is because they're doing something within their life that is putting them in that status. We didn't ask them to have 6 kids that they couldn't afford. We didn't. So I get it. I'm sympathetic to everybody else, but I can't tell you that you have to have your siding.
So, you know-
Your house looks immaculate. But if that house was your neighbor's, you wouldn't like it.
So in reality, if you wanted to move up to community standards, maybe we can have a revolving loan account like the township had and let them borrow some money off, low interest off us and fix your house and pay us back. And if it's spent, you don't get it back.
Forget that.
Or we put a lien on their house.
If everybody's got the kind of money Ryan thinks everybody's got, he'll be able to just charge a real estate.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
No, you're wrong, dude. This is a working community, a working class community. You're wrong. People work at McDonald's. People work at low-end jobs.
Yeah, and they make ends meet. Not everybody has $1 million job. They're not making $60,000, $70,000 a year and their house looks just fine. What I'm saying is, my point to this is that they should not be held at a lower standard because of their economic status. I'm not saying we have to have Denville West here. That's not what I'm saying. His point to the matter is that you're deliberately not keeping up on your house for whatever reason.
So let's not make it a wage issue. Let's make it a lazy issue.
There you go.
That's
There
what
you go. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, lazy.
Let's not make it a wage issue.
I'm not saying it has anything about wage. I'm saying he mentioned financial means. Your house should be within your financial means or you
It's no
should.
different than like with the landlords, when you walk up to them, you got a problem going on, you sit there and say, you need to address this, and then find out what the answer is.
That's right.
Maybe they do have a situation. Maybe
Some of
they have
them-
a situation that nobody knows about.
Some of them, Bill, you may be taking care of them.
Well, they could have a good paying job, but they got their mom in there,
Yep.
life support and everything else, and it's just draining them.
Yeah,
Let's find out.
there's a lot of variables when you get in that
What
area.
the situation is, and if somebody wants.
I know where you're
help,
coming
you should
from.
be able to offer
I
it.
can-
I mean, we gotta
I
do
don't have a
something.
problem helping it, but I don't want it to be a crutch either.
I know.
That's not what we're in the business of doing.
I'm just.
Some of it might be
We're
landlords.
not a bank.
Some of it might be
Not
landlords.
Everybody has a high-end job. This is a working class community.
I say that.
Okay.
And there's other situations that nobody knows anything about because they don't feel it's anybody's business.
And I agree 100%.
I agree with what he's saying, but I think we ought to take it as a step, kind of like what you do with a landlord. You have a problem with a landlord, you go discuss it with him, find out what.
And some of them you may be taken care of. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what's rental and what's not
Let's
right.
not fool ourselves like right now. Hey, everybody's got the big Bidenomics crunch right now. I've been watching my deferred comp drop terribly. So my deferred comp's dropping and all the prices are going up and things ain't equaling out. So until things balance out, you may not find a lot of people gonna be doing a lot of work.
Not right now.
But, and I'm not saying that they need to be doing a lot of work to the house, but there's houses, I could probably count right now 10 houses that have looked the same way for the last 10 years and it's inexcusable. Fix it.
But has anybody want to talk to them?
The one house I'm talking about selling flowers illegally that they were told not to, but they're still doing it.
Well, that one house, got a nice brick house. Last time I seen it had graffiti on it.
No, this next door.
Oh, you know, yeah, but see, you instantly knew what I was talking about.
I know the graffiti one right
But
around
I'm
the
just
corner.
saying, they're deliberately going against what we said. That they were not allowed to sell anything until they got their property fixed so we could zone it to property.
I'll tell you what, why don't we go through the ordinances, find out what we got on ordinances, because we may have to create something before we can even address it.
Well, have we ever thought about applying for block grants? Because those would address situations in certain neighborhoods
For
that
federal.
are.
Plus, like I just said there and said, we get this enterprise zone. If the enterprise zone's within an area that's residential, they can benefit from that because they can actually buy materials and not have to pay sales taxes. So there's a lot of positives to the enterprise
Well,
zone.
I agree there, but they gotta realize too that they got it made because we don't have a real estate tax.
So this what,
If they were in Catlin or anybody else, they'd be getting hammered.
this is my recommendation that we get somebody to apply for block grants from federal government and see if we're successful, because that's what the city of Danville does. And the last guy the guy actually worked for the city and
Oh,
he left.
John,
John,
yeah.
he actually was getting ready to apply for a federal block grant. And what John recommended was you put a roof on somebody's house and you side this house, but don't spend all your money on one house. You can help everybody.
Rolling block, right?
Yes, yes. So you don't spend all your money on one house.
But first, let's go and make sure we got something in the ordinance.
Yes.
That we can address it.
Yes.
It may be something as simple of just need to go talk to them.
Yep.
I'll look into that tomorrow though, too. Look into
Okay.
block grants
Yep.
and see what it
Okay.
takes and.
It's like that old house of mine, cedar shingles. You can paint it one year and that cedar sits there and spits the paint off of it the next year.
I'm not talking about that, though.
No,
talking about people
I'm
that
saying the
Don't even
situation.
have siding on it.
No, I'm saying the situation.
That's an issue, and it's been that way for as long as I can remember.
It's aluminum.
Huh?
It's aluminum foil.
It's pure laziness is what it is.
It's a slippery slope between people that can afford to do it and people simply don't want to do
But
it.
what I'm getting at is it's not
Or not afford
it's
to
not
do
a
it.
situation where I'm saying that we have a picture perfect house and this is the specs they have to build their house to make a move. I'm not saying that.
No,
Dave's point is
it's need to be
it
fixed.
needs to be finished. It needs to be fixed. If you're missing a window, putting a piece of board up across it for 3 years is not sufficiently fixing that house. And I get it. You may not have time then, but at some point you're gonna have to figure out your budget in order to get that done. It's life. I mean,
And a lot,
I understand that.
there's no reason for a house not to have a new roof on it right now.
They should have one.
They didn't have insurance.
But if they did, my neighbors across the alley.
Yeah, I
ain't
get
got
it.
nothing.
Because I haven't been through all of your ordinances, has Tilton adopted the International Property Code?
Yes,
Code?
yes.
Boca,
No, International Building Codes.
yeah.
Yeah, and the maintenance code.
There's a- Yeah.
But that, well, remember a month ago, 2 months ago, we took out the lawn stuff from the maintenance code so the police department can enforce it. The building code is supposed to be the building inspector's job.
Because I know, reading through it would help you a lot with some of your diminished properties, as well as the landlord-tenant
Yes.
situation as well.
Moral of the story is they need to be held accountable.
Yes.
But the current ordinances we already have in place.
Right.
Most of them are already have, so they need to be held accountable. We do.
Well, I mean, well, you seen stuff on the front porch and bigger staff went there and they started cleaning up and then they
They
quit.
quit.
So we need to stick him on them again.
Stay on.
Yes.
Get it done.
I agree 100%.
We've got a few issues there on that.
Yeah. So,
It's not just one
Senior dinner.
neighborhood, it's all over town.
They'll be at the senior dinner.
yeah, yeah. So now they need motion during
I'll
bill.
make a motion to adjourn.
I just wanted to bring it up. We
Trustee
need to
Finley?
do something.
Trustee Mitchell,
Yes.
Trustee Kubiak,
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Weidenberger.
I say we get